Hi, welcome to Ella's Kitchen Table. My name is Ella. Today we'll be making pizza dough. The recipe is already on my blog. The website is www.ellaskitchentable.com. The recipe is very simple, but I have had some requests to have a video, a step-by-step video showing you how to make it. So that's what we'll be doing today. We're going to start by showing you how to proof yeast. Everyone seems to be really afraid of proofing yeast, that it never works or doesn't come out and then the dough doesn't rise. So what we have is we have 2 1/4 cups of yeast that we dump in a bowl. We have a teaspoon of regular sugar, put that in the bowl. And then I actually have a trick for the water. The recipe calls for a 1/4 cup of water with the yeast. So I'm actually going to show you my trick over at the sink. It's really simple. You don't need to measure out the temperature of the water. You just kind of use your hand. Turn the water on. And you put your hand here. And if it's warm and it doesn't hurt your hand, you can turn it just a smidge. And now it's about 110 to 115 degrees. You get your 1/4 cup. You get a fork and you just stir it up a little. And don't worry, the yeast like to be stirred with the sugar. That's how everything grows. And then you put it aside for 10 minutes. And it'll actually get nice and puffy. I've actually set one up already so that we'll be all ready to move ahead. And this is what it will look like when it's all done. So all you do is take that, bring down another bowl, and pour this directly into the bowl. And then the recipe calls for another 1.5 cups of water, a tablespoon of extra virgin olive oil, and a teaspoon of salt. So put that all together. And then you take a spoon. You mix it up a little. And then you take your flour, which you have sifted. This is 4 cups of flour so far. I'm actually going to show you that you can pretty much use any kind of strainer that you have to sift flour. You know, you don't have to have one of those ones that you use that, you know, it looks like a silver cup with a little handle on the side. Here's the other end of my spoon. And just stir it up. That's all you have to do for sifting. Very simple. And then you take your flour, and you take about a cup at a time, and you dump it into the yeast water mixture, and you just stir. Don't worry about it being lumpy at first. It will even itself out. The lumps will disappear as you add in more flour gradually. And once all the flour is incorporated, you grab another scoop. In. You keep going. Right. So here you just keep stirring it. Once it forms a ball, you can actually dump it out, and then you have to knead it. It's about 3 cups is when it forms the ball in the bowl. it's formed a ball. So you can actually now put about a cup of flour on your workspace. And it's still going to be really sticky. So you're going to knead it. Wipe off all the stuff with a spoon. You're going to take some flour and you put on your hands. So, you know, they're covered. It's still going to stick, don't worry. And it's nice and soft right now. So you're just going to keep kneading it really gentle like at the beginning, because you're just trying to work in some more of the flour. And don't worry, it's going to be sticky. It's going to get all over your hands. Perfectly fine. And as it starts to form a little, you know, into you'll be able to feel it. At the beginning, it will be really soft. And then as the flour gets worked in, it will, it's kind of like Play-Doh. It'll turn into Play-Doh. So then you just start to squeeze it down a little harder. And you just want to keep folding it back and forth and taking in flour as you do it. Move it back, flour back in. And you're not going to use all 5 cups of the flour. You're going to keep kneading it like this for probably about 5-10 minutes until the dough becomes soft and not sticky. You want it to be tacky, but if you leave it too sticky, when you put it into the bowl to dry and you take it out to make the pizza, it will be really tough to work with, and you'll actually have to knead it again and let it rise again. So we've been kneading it for about 5 minutes now. You just want to make it into a nice little ball like this. And then we'll grab another bowl. Try to clean off the hands a little. Grab another clean bowl. And I have another tablespoon of extra virgin olive oil here. Just pour it into the bowl. This is so that the pizza dough doesn't stick to the sides of the bowl. You don't have to use a glass bowl. You can use a stainless steel bowl. I've used a ceramic bowl before, and it works fine. You just want to take the dough and you spin it a little, just so that the bottom of the dough gets coated, because as it rises, the oil actually gets pushed up to the sides. And then you take some saran wrap. And you cover it. You want to try to make it as tight as possible. And then you want to place it in a warm spot that doesn't have drafts. You can put a towel over it to keep it warm. I usually like to put it right next to the oven. There you go. It takes about 45 minutes to an hour for this to rise. And I already have one that's been sitting for about an hour. I'm going to go bring it over. This one here. So this is what it will look like after about an hour. This dome is just the gases being created by the yeast. And if you can see, there's that, like I said, the oil on the ring, because the dough brought it up. So then, when you're ready to make pizza, that nice pop is a good sound. So good luck. Let me know how it goes. I'd love to hear from you. My email address is ella@ellaskitchentable.com. Hope to hear from you soon.